I don't think I know where to start with this one. Oh, I've not seen a show in my entire life, I'm pretty sure, that made me actually shocked. And this was one of them. Sorry, this is just so good. If you want I have to warn you, it's very dark and lots of it is depressing, just to warn you, but it's so good at doing that. And okay, I should get into the story, probably. Okay, so this is Afterlife, and it was written, produced, and directed and starred by Ricky Gervais. And before this, I didn't like Ricky Gervais. I mean, I'm sure there's worse people, but I just thought he was rude and all that. After seeing this, good God, he is a fantastic actor. In this, I don't know, I might watch some of his other films, he might be terrible, he might be really good. But from this, he's so fantastic. I'm just going to read the story from here. Tony had a perfect life until his wife Lisa died. After that tragic event, the formerly nice guy changed. After contemplating taking his life, Tony decided he would rather live long enough to punish the world by saying and doing whatever he likes. He thinks of it as a superpower, not caring about himself or anybody else. But it ends up being trickier than he envisioned when his friends and family tried to save the nice guy that they used to know. Golden Globe winner Ricky Gervais stars in the comedy series, which he also writes and directs. And so I kind of missed this when this came out on Netflix, but I'm watching it now in 2021. And this is so fantastic. That's why I did that big clap at the beginning. I just want to say thank you, Ricky. This was just amazing. I might follow you on social media if I can. And by reviews, it seems very, very popular. So you're probably wondering what I think. Well, you know, I think it's amazing. The standout moments for me. The chat with his dad. When he's talking with his dad and he recognizes something that his son did. That was a really good moment. And then what was the other one? Oh yeah, the other good moment was I'm going into spoilers, so I'm sure you've already clicked off if you don't want to hear it. But I really thought that he was going to kill himself, which is really, really dark. But the music was amping up, and I would have been fine with that because the show is laid out in a format where you don't really know what's going to happen. But that's just my opinion. I'm happy with the way it went. But that was when he's listening to the last video his wife did. When he was crying, that really got me. This feels less like a show and actually like real life. Obviously, some of the characters are like. Speaking of the characters, I'm going to talk about the characters. All of them are fantastic. No matter how bad, all of them are losers. All of them are terrible. It's so like dramatized and all that. And he's the only one with nothing. In the beginning, he has absolutely nothing. And everything in his life from that point is the bin. Like, obviously, yeah, he's lost his wife. His job sucks. He has to do the same thing every single day. Nothing gets better. The people he works with are losers. And when he can't cope with it, he swears and shouts at them. And that's his coping mechanism. But it's hurting other people. And it's not until the place he works gets shut down that he actually starts to act. And that's probably one of the best things. Because the other people are like, oh, he's grumpy all the time, he doesn't care about us. But then there was this big realization moment, like, no, we're going to keep this place alive. We're going to make something good. And there's actually a quote I'd like to read to you when I think he really found out what life was about. I just wrote it down here. I think life is precious because you can't watch it again. Once you realise you're not going to be around forever, I think that's what makes life so magical. Even reading that gives me the chills. Watch this show. It's so good. I have to warn you, I really thought the comedy side is completely overdone by the drama side. This is a drama, basically. And it is pretty heavy. I didn't find it that bad. But yeah. And sometimes he doesn't learn to be a nice person. The ending, obviously, is really nice. But in between that, there's ups and downs. Like, oh, I'm not a nice person. Now I'm not a nice person. Like, sometimes he's okay. But there's never a point in the show where he's like, I'm happy, I'm fine. And he's always arguing, like, with somebody. And it's just lots of it results in incidents and fighting and angry, and he never really sorts it out. In the end, then he finds this old woman, and talking to her makes him feel better about life. And that's one of the major strengths. I think without her, they couldn't have made it as good, like realization. The other scene, where he's talking about his wife passed away, to the old lady, and he told her this before, but just at this moment, when he's just realizing what has gone on before then, he just cries, and it's so sad. But I'm just going to show you it, and then I'm going to end this video because it's already a bit too long.
When Lisa was dying, I tried to be brave and put a face on to be positive. And even then, I'd break down sometimes, and she'd have to comfort me. I couldn't even give her that. When she was dying, she was still on duty, looking after me.
She'd have loved that.
I don't know.
I do. Because I'm a woman too. And it's better to be needed